Pirkei Avot. Chapter 1. Moshe received the Torah from Sinai, and transmitted it to Yehoshua, and Yehoshua to the elders, and the elders to the prophets, and the prophets transmitted it to the men of the great assembly. They said three things: be deliberate in judgment, stand up, establish many students, and make a fence for the Torah. Shimon the righteous was from the remnants of the great assembly. He would say, on three things the world stands: on the Torah, on the service, and on acts of loving kindness. Antigonos, a man of Soko, received from Shimon the righteous. He would say, do not be as servants who are serving the master in order to receive a reward, rather be as servants who are serving the master not in order to receive a reward, and may the fear of heaven be upon you. Yos ben Yozer, man of Srida, and Yos ben Yachanan, man of Jerusalem, received from them. Yos ben Yozer says, may your house be a meeting house for sages, become dirty in the dust of their feet, and drink their words thirstily. Yos ben Yachanan, man of Jerusalem, says, may your home be open wide, may the poor be members of your household, and do not increase conversation with the woman. They started with his wife, all the more so with the wife of his friend. From this, the sages said, any time that a man increases conversation with the woman, he causes evil to himself and neglects the words of Torah, and in his end, he inherits Gehinnom. Yehoshua ben Perechiah and Netai of Arbel received from them. Yehoshua ben Perechiah says, make for yourself a mentor, acquire for yourself a friend, and judge every person as meritorious. Netai of Arbel says, distance yourself from a bad neighbor, do not befriend an evildoer, and do not despair of punishment. Yehuda ben Tobai and Shimon ben Shetach received from them. Yehuda ben Tobai says, do not make yourself like the judge's advisers, and when the litigants are before you, they should be like evildoers in your eyes, and when they are excused from before you, they should be meritorious in your eyes when they have accepted the judgment. Shimon ben Shetach says, examine the witnesses thoroughly, but be careful with your words, lest they learn to lie. Shemaiah and Avtalion received from them. Shemaiah says, love work, hate lordship, and do not become familiar with the government. Avtalion says, sages, be careful with your words, lest you become obligated in an obligation of exile, and are exiled to the place of evil waters, and the students who follow after you will drink and will die, and thus the name of heaven is profaned. Hillel and Shammai received from them. Hillel says, be of the disciples of Aaron, loving peace and pursuing peace, loving the creatures and bringing them closer to Torah. He would say, spread a name, lose his name. And one who does not increase knowledge ceases. And one who does not study is liable to die. And one who makes use of the crown of learning passes away. He would say, if I am not for me, who will be for me? And when I am for myself, what am I? And if not now, when? Shammai says, make your Torah study fixed, say little and do much, and receive every person with a pleasant countenance. Rabban Gamliel says, make for yourself a mentor, remove yourself from doubt, and do not frequently tithe by estimation. Shimon, his son, says, all my days I grew up among the sages, and I did not find anything good for the body except silence. And the exposition of Torah is not what is essential, but the action. And whoever increases words brings sin. Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel says, on three things the world stands, on judgment, on truth, and on peace, as it is said, Zechariah 8:16, judge truth, and the justice of peace in your gates.